Cardistry has a lot of moves, in the same way that there are many movies in the world. To most people, it's clear what makes a good movie: an exciting story, memorable characters, and great cinematography, amongst other factors. However, what makes a good cardistry move isn't so clear-cut. The moves that you are seeing on screen now are without a doubt considered good by the community, but in the context of cardistry, what does good even mean? That's what we're here to find out. In my mind, a good cardistry move has one of 4 attributes. I think this is an attribute that isn't commonly talked about, but it's one that I think everybody innately knows. It's the moment that someone goes, "Aha, I see what you're trying to do." Displays are a good example of moves that showcase this idea. Cards like the Worm, Spin Doctor, and Jasper's card that have an elegant setup and end in a big, expensive display that's easy to understand. Other moves like card isolations, where a hand moves around an isolated card, and aerials, where cards are shot in the air and successfully caught, also fit into this category. It's very clear what is happening visually. The name of a move also plays a part in conveying intent, but it's not completely necessary. L cards make sense because the move resembles the letter L. Ryoma's one-handed Triforce basically explains itself. But take Pesto by Tobias for example. What the f*** is a Pesto? As arbitrary a name Pesto is, to me, the intent of Pesto is clear. The packets look like they are passing through one another. While this may or may not be Tobias's intent, it was what drew me to the move in the first place. And that's because the move had... These are moves that move the cards in interesting ways. Granted, all cardistry moves move the cards in interesting ways, sure. But you can't deny that moves like Bullet, Ripple, and Samuel Pratt's new f***ed up Riffle Shuffle card like damn dude, what the fuck. These are moves that make the cards move in a way that people wouldn't think possible at first, and make people rethink what's possible with cards. I certainly didn't think a move like Bloom was ever possible, and it's no surprise that these moves have some level of... This concept is probably the easiest to grasp. People like flashy things. Moves like the Spring, Water Wheel, the Cobra card. These moves are big, flashy, and have a certain wow factor to them. It's no surprise that most of these moves are aerials. Cards flying in the air is impressive. Big displays can be considered flashy too. Bone's Eye card immediately comes to mind. It's these kinds of moves that most laymen remember because they have a strong main focal point. Because most of these moves are... Shorter moves are easier to comprehend, in the same way that short-form videos on platforms like TikTok are easier to watch. According to the internet, the average human attention span is 8.25 seconds, which is why moves like Water Wheel are more memorable than something like the Jackson 5, which is a combined sequence of 6 moves from Dan and Dave. To cardists in the know, they love a well-executed Jackson 5 because they already know the individual moves that make up the sequence. But to a layman, it just looks like a 30-second sequence of unintelligible moves that for sure look very technical but not very memorable at first watch. It's also why most instances of cardistry in other media usually only use short moves, because they make a stronger first impression. And yeah, this has been a brief analysis on what makes popular cardistry moves so iconic. Now of course, these aren't the only attributes, but these are the ones that make the most sense to me. Your favorite cardistry move probably has a combination of more than one of these attributes. Know any more interesting attributes? Leave them in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more of these analytical kind of videos, do subscribe, it really helps the channel out. Hihihaha, you've made it to the end, thanks for watching.